You ready to have mass shooting?
Mass
Let's
shooting.
see. Here we go.
It's
We're going to see some shooting here. We're going to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Here, look at this.
Look at
we
this.
got Gray versus there. The camera's getting hit.
Hey!
People learn how to shoot. Mark
Hey,
Foster.
learn how to shoot.
I haven't done anything. I'm even shooting a blue one.
Hey,
There's
oh,
not one green ball in.
Yeah.
This is for Mike Huff.
I'm going to shoot one around.
This is for class of 86.
Oh. Well,
Since there isn't one
I need to
green
get up
one.
and get some balls.
Okay, maybe it's not as good as shooting. There's the St. Michael one. That's a layup. There's the thing.
I got to warm up a
This,
little bit.
You're going to do this.
Oh, off the rim.
Wesley's as good as it is. And the last one he made a Greyhound one.
Oh! Oh! 3 to row at the end, baby. Woo!
June, edit this out, please.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that, but hey,
Hey.
welcome back, everybody. We're here back at the Coach's Corner crew in Connersville, Indiana, E.W. Brockman. And what is our night tonight? It is August 18th, Monday night, August 18th. As you can see, it's Wes and me tonight.
By ourselves.
By ourselves. You're going to get the best quality show of this you've had yet. No, seriously, old Huffy was coming up tonight. Got his chair sitting there. Travis was going to be, but farming overrides it, doesn't it?
Farming this time of year will override a podcast, even though it's pretty important. Although I haven't been on one in a while.
Well,
But I'm ready tonight. Where's the boys?
We're ready. I tell you what, one night we can barely fit everybody in the room. We do got a guy over in the other room. Maybe we can get him in here in a little bit. But anyway, folks, yep, we're back. We've got some stuff tonight. We're anxious to get back into the school season. School started about a week or so ago.
My favorite time of year because it's football.
Yes. Look at that. And the helmet for old Wildcats. That orange helmet. What about them? They're coming up.
Who days?
Wait a minute. Preseason game tonight, isn't it?
Preseason game tonight against Washington.
Is tonight only
Yeah.
the second preseason game?
Yeah.
Jeez, Pete.
They only play 3.
What about this? As you can see, there were some shots made by Wes, none by me. Had him layup for St. Michael.
I made a few shots.
Okay, Bengals tonight versus the Redskins. Preseason game number 2.
Yeah.
And isn't there only 3 preseason games now?
There's only 3 now, which
Okay.
is great because that 4 was getting old.
That kind of
wearing me out.
But is there the season's going to start when? 1st of September?
September 11th or 12th, maybe somewhere around there. I'm not real sure.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're all looking forward to it. I mean, the Reds, good gosh, we'll get into baseball, so we're not so desperate to only talk about football like we usually are.
Yeah.
Because, the Reds, I don't have any Reds things on there tonight, but they're right in the heat of a pennant race, only a game out of the wild card. Just had a rough weekend with Milwaukee, but got an important last win, which to me was a must win.
That win there was big, just for a little bit of confidence, I think.
Then they almost let it go too.
Yeah.
I mean, good gosh, that Friday night game, sitting at the scrimmage, and I had my transistor radio. I should have brought it in. But, they just, you could tell it was getting away from them. They were starting to make errors. The Saturday night game, it took on the same course where they got a lead. And old Milwaukee, you don't win 13, 14 straight games in a row without being pretty tough.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
and the Reds still playing with fire in that last game.
Yeah.
But they did it, and that's what matters. So they're
They
fine.
gave Milwaukee all they wanted there.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's
they
what I
did.
mean. And
So-
they said that on the radio that they were they didn't get destroyed. So at least they proved, hey, we're playing with them.
Right.
But you got to be able to win the game against a team like that. So they got the toughest schedule in the major leagues to finish out the year. So anyway, good luck to the Reds.
Yeah.
We can
It's
talk.
tough, but I think they can do. They can. I think slip in maybe one of them wild card spots. And
I'm still saying that everybody 88 wins is what they need to get in the wild card.
88.
88, I say. I said 85 once, but I think it's going to be 88 because the Dodgers and Padres or the Padres and whoever's in that. I don't know. I think they're going to need to be about 88. Yeah. So.
Be tough, but they get on a little hot streak.
Yeah.
Might be all right.
But anyway, listeners and fans on YouTube, it's been a busy beginning. We're going to get into the Wildcats. We're actually Going to have a phone interview tonight with Franklin County High School Wildcat football head coach, Wes Gillman. We're going to have Wes on the phone, get an interview. It'll be our second phone interview. Travis Singer was our first. We tried to make you the first that night, but you were
I was
working
unavailable or something.
He was unavailable.
Yeah.
But just so that'll be fun to talk to Wes. And then, hey, in another week or so, I'm going to try to get all the fall coaches. I want to get Hannah Serber and Jake, the soccer. I want to get Christy Kuntz, the volleyball. Want to get the other sports. Tennis is Kolb, Derek. I think I always forget Derek's first name. And I tell you what, Wes, before we get started, I'm going to make a plea on behalf of the Franklin County Fall Athletic Sports. Numbers are down in the boys' sports right now. Football looks like the roster's pretty good.
Yeah.
And Wes can confirm that, Wes Gillman, later on. But I saw a program, and it was a pretty full roster. But for any youth, and I know Dustin Riley would appreciate this because he's already put out a post. For any youth, boys, freshmen, sophomore, senior, junior, blah, 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 doesn't matter, experience or not, they could use boys on the boys soccer team. They, their numbers weren't great last year, but they had a really pretty solid team. But a lot of those kids graduated. Boys soccer could use some players. Cross country, which is co-ed, could use runners. At last time I talked, and I'd like to talk to Alan Apsley, the coach who's trying so hard to do well and is doing well, but you got to have the numbers. They were at 2. I think maybe 1 boy and 1 girl.
Wow.
The tennis team was struggling to get people. At the last week, they only had, maybe it was the week we had or the week before, they still only had 2. And folks, it takes 7 tennis players to make out a varsity roster. And that's not counting any JV or anything like that. So I guess a plea that I'd like to make on behalf of being a sports person, Wes and me, sports people, fans of sports, a former coach, kids, don't be afraid to get out there and try it. I mean, you don't want to say that there's no pressure on you because anytime you're playing a sport, there's pressure.
Right.
But hey, this is a chance to be a part of a team.
Yeah.
Cross country is a little different animal. It's a grueling thing. It's not all about fun and relaxation. You're running 3.5 miles, and you're trying to do it under.
It might get you in some pretty good shape for
my gosh.
other sports you might play in the winter or in the spring.
And tennis, I mean, you're facing good tennis players.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, we understand, for somebody who's never done it to just come out and do it. But let us stress this. You're going to learn to be part of a team, or if you're not already on a team, be a part of a team. You're going to make friends with your own schoolmates or friends who are already on the team. You're going to have a lot of good memories, and you even kind of have camaraderie with the other kids on the other teams.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get to know them and
Get
stuff.
to know them a little bit.
Yeah. So
get to know your teammates, maybe make some new friends. And plus, if there's not many going out for the sport anyway, you're going to
you're playing.
You're going to play. So if you like playing tennis or you like running, go out for these sports and you're going to get to play.
And a lot of times people don't like it if you devalue a varsity letter. Okay, because you need to play so much. But folks, if you've been a part of a varsity team, and I used to stress this in soccer, I said, if you're part of a varsity team and you're contributing, you're practicing, you're trying your best, you're learning, you obey the rules, you represent yourselves, your parents, and the school well, you deserve a varsity letter.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all about just the minutes or how many quarters or this. If you, in a situation like this especially, if you represent and you give it your all and you got the guts to go out there and try it, you deserve a varsity letter. And that means something.
Oh, yeah.
It still does. I know we've got them.
Yeah.
Proud of them. What was your...
I got them. Maybe shouldn't have them.
Well, I think
I was there and went to practice and had fun. Might have not been the best player, but I did try.
What was your first sport you lettered in as a high school?
Probably baseball.
Did you letter as a sophomore or junior?
Well, I was pulled up when I was a sophomore, but I did not play I don't think I got a varsity letter my sophomore
Mr.
year.
Hughes being a little strict with the old letters.
Yeah, he was a little strict. About my junior year, I definitely got one
sure.
for baseball, and senior year. But
And all conference too, might add, weren't you?
well, since you brought it up, yes,
All conference senior
year. Yes, thank you very much.
And came from some dang good sectional championship. You know, your team. Well, you were on Frank County, and you won it your sophomore year. Won it your junior year, where you were the starting second baseman, if I remember.
Yeah.
And your senior year, I don't think you won sectional, did you?
Yeah, we lost in the sectional. Can't remember who's put us out, but
Yeah.
we had fun. Even with my sophomore year, when I was just riding the bus pretty much and
Yeah.
getting to hang out with the older guys and watch them play. Of course, they had great players, so I wasn't going to see the field, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, but if they needed a base hit down right field line, this is the guy you want to have.
Well, maybe, yeah, if they wanted that, maybe I'd have got in there.
But no, seriously, kids, think about it. And I know the season's already starting now. This is the week of full action starting. And I don't have the schedules right here in front of me. But a lot of the action kicks in for everything this week at all the area schools. And football opens this Friday night at Newcastle. Jim Atkinson, I hope you're watching.
Jim.
Well, you were on the state runner-up, 1976-77. He was middle linebacker and killer on special teams. They called him back when you could say stuff like that. And I think he played
I bet he was hard to handle.
I bet he was one of them.
tough.
He probably looks like one of them guys that had, remember the Titans. I think he had longer hair back then.
Oh man.
So Jim, we're coming to Newcastle. Even I'm coming to Newcastle Friday night. So I might try to call you and get you over there. See some distinguished alumni.
There you go.
But shoot, let's get right in then. Okay, before we get to any high school talk, maybe I might have to do Wes Gillman's interview after me and Wes are done. But before we get started more on the high school, let's do a quick Bengal talk.
All right.
All right, Hendrickson signed or not? He is not, is he?
Still unsigned, I believe, and pretty much right where they've been. Nowhere. I think right now.
Has he even practiced?
I don't think so. He's been there at practice, but I don't think he's actually practiced. Last I seen. So that's kind of disappointing. I mean, they really need him out there probably, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
Well, and we know that defense going into a season like this, you're already thinking Bengal defense we all know it's got to be better. And you know they got the new defensive coordinator Golden from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And got new draft picks, this, that, and the other. Who is that number one draft pick? I always forget his name.
Shamar Stewart,
Yeah.
defensive end, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going to play a little bit of an elephant where he stands up some too?
Oh, probably. I would say so.
He's going to
He's
be
a pretty good athlete from what they say. I mean, obviously, they picked him first, but
he's going to have to make an impact.
Yeah.
Hubbard retired. Too
Yeah.
many injuries. Had a great career with the Bengals.
Yeah.
Especially being a local guy. Even though he was an Ohio State guy, I rooted for him.
Yeah.
You know, you're from Moeller High School or St. X, I forget where he went. And then drafted by the Bengals. His career kept improving. And then he had too many injuries. He was just beat
did.
up.
He had some great games over the years. And
Oh, yeah.
made some great memories, especially that fumble recovery
Oh,
against
gosh.
the Ravens. Yeah,
He-
that was great.
It was. So, yeah, we're going to miss him.
Yeah,
But-
some guys are going to have to step up, especially if Hendrickson.
Okay, and
Not playing.
I think you're on the same page. And we alluded to this last year at one of our first ones where we were like, Bengals got to come into a camp organized, and ready to go. Okay, well, the offensive guys have. There's no BS with them.
Yeah.
Granted, they signed some pretty big contracts.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow has got a lot of influence there.
Yeah.
But Hendrickson, I get it. He wants his worth. He's had as good a seasons as anybody defensively in the AFC for 2 years in a row.
Yes.
Does he deserve to get paid like a Watt? Statistically, yes.
Statistically, yes.
And he's
Watt and who's that other guy? Parsons.
well, yeah,
Now,
you're right.
I mean, his numbers are there for the last couple of years.
And he's going against, and also, you know, we kind of take him for granted. Being the only Bengal kind of pass rush threat the last few years, he's getting attention by the other staff.
Oh, right.
They're out to stop him, and he's still been getting right through them.
Yeah, he's the main one they got to stop, and
he
still
gets
can't do it.
Yeah.
So, it'd be great to have him out there, but you know how the Bengals are sometimes with the money.
And I know they're thinking, well, maybe his best years are behind him, or how can you make it a long extension for a player that's been in the league quite a while like he has? Maybe he's peaked at his window. But for crying out loud, if you really want to make a Super Bowl run, you got to have him from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you can't do this 0-3 or 1-4 or 2-5.
He can't be doing that no more.
It's got to end. And
it has to end this year.
Got to
Please,
end.
Joe Burrow, defense. I'm begging you. Start good.
Start good.
Please.
Yes. T, catch a lot of balls. Play every game.
Yeah.
Chase, Brown, the running back. I'm all excited they got P. Ryan back, too.
Yeah, they got P.
He's
Ryan
going to
back.
be a good situational guy back.
Yeah.
I missed it when he was gone.
And they're high on that other running back they drafted.
Who is the new one?
I'm going to say the wrong name. I can't.
Brown's going to be good.
Brown's probably
He's
he'll be
number
the
one.
starter.
Yeah.
But that one guy, they kind of high on that guy they picked. I can't remember his name.
Can't think. You know what? I
But-
never can remember names till they get out there with them.
Yeah.
Because I don't follow the draft as much.
It's going to be exciting, though. I mean, especially watching the offense. But
And you know what? They got to kick it in too, because sometimes they're slow start, and sometimes it's real slow and methodical, and the offensive line's not in sync yet.
Right.
But at least they played them some in game one. Now together.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to play much tonight, but they're going to have to play some in game three.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to. You just can't go into that.
They were saying tonight for the Monday night game against Washington tonight, they're going to play maybe close to a half, maybe, or a full half, maybe.
Okay.
So that would be good, because that line needs to. They need to sew it up.
Well, and you know what? I know it scares the crap out of everybody on these teams, and I get it. You got a lot of money, you got a lot at stake. The injuries in the preseason,
Oh, yeah.
Old Anthony Richardson goes down with the thumb, or of course I know we're not going to bash on the Colts, but everybody's like, well, here we go again already. And he's going to be all right. He's going to play, but we might going to try to get this guy into the show here in a minute.
I've seen him fumble.
He just walked by. Jeff Sizemore, one of our salesmen. You've heard him in the background before, but we might try to get him to do a face appearance here. But anyway, we just keep repeating to ourselves, you got to go good start, Bengals. See that helmet? Wear the old school helmet.
The old school
They're
one day.
going with this, I think, to start the season, aren't they? It's whiteout night the first night.
I think it might be.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like that look, but
I like them.
Man,
Zach and Blake Jewell love these. Yeah,
Oh,
they
they're
love
big.
them. Yeah. But anyway, Bengals get a good start. Reds finish up strong. We want to be talking about stuff more.
Yeah.
We don't want to be talking about playoffs and exciting games. We want to be talking about anger. We don't want anger on the Coach's Corner crew.
happy time.
Happy times.
Joe throwing the chase for the TD.
Yeah. We're still trying to get Jeff in here. He keeps walking by.
Jeff.
But anyway, so pro season's going to, we got a few weeks before that gets started. We'll probably actually have another podcast before then. But getting into this subject, Wes, if you don't mind, this weekend was a fun weekend, and I didn't put my Greyhound Cup up there, but several things. I was fortunate, me and Melinda Brown, enough to give a tour for the class of 1975 at Brookville High School on Saturday. Toured them through the old high school and the gym. Had about 15 class people there. That was important because that was the first year of Whitewater High School merging with Franklin County. They were basketball sectional champs that year.
75, yeah.
Yeah. And it's their 50-year thing. They had a great turnout for their reunion. But, so that was very cool for us to do. But Sunday was the Rusty Sprague Memorial Golf Tournament. And I've done some videos on Facebook. Y'all, some of you have probably seen them. I couldn't get all of my videos on because they ran just a little too long, and that screws your phone up on Facebook. Those reels aren't meant to go that long. But anyway, I want to speak about this tournament. Now I'll do it so that I don't skip anything. One, outstanding job by Brook Hill Golf Course putting it on, Jill and her staff. The organizers, Aaron Leffingwell, Todder Phillips, who gave a great talk. The family of Rusty, who later gave a talk. The rock that was made, donated by Jonas Brothers. Donations made by numerous people. Rob Jewell and them selling tickets. All the people that sold raffle tickets. All of this was straight profit. And the beneficiary of it is the Franklin County High School Athletic Department.
That's awesome.
Chosen by Rusty's family. Because as we all know, Rusty's name is on there. Rusty, longtime chain gang worker with his dad, with the other guys, with Brad Hurd and Craig Hurdle and Rob Callen. And I forgot to say, we'll have a thing from Brandon tonight too. Brandon gave me an update on his stuff, girls golf. But outstanding job. The atmosphere, positive and fun. Friends of Rusty came back. Some of his classmates from 76 played all. And other friends, other Greyhounds, people who just like golf and knew Rusty. And with the exception of maybe a 50-50, which the staff urged the winners to keep, and maybe one of the skins and the door prize, they was like, look, you don't have to give these back. We have made money. The winning teams didn't take any winning money. They are like, this goes to them. Mm-hmm. So it was a huge success. And I don't like to just stress that as much because of dollars and cents. And me and Wes can speak about this, and Wes can chime in on this because I know you didn't get together. Me and Mike Huff got to sit in for about 3 hours of it. We waved to people. We took some videos. It's just, and we were friends with Rusty. And the atmosphere, I'm going to compare it is to Girdler Tournament number 1 and 2. And you played in those.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
And we knew how it felt.
Yeah.
The Girdler Tournament, the Justin Girdler softball tournament, and Beth, I hope you're listening, or Jason out there. Those first years, that was a monstrous tournament.
Yeah.
Actually, it was always big. But the local turnout those first years, and some of the guys who'd lived back, like Couch and them, getting their groups of buddies in and spending the night and camping out. Jeremy Couch and all them.
Yeah, come back, brought a whole team.
Brought a whole team in, spent the whole weekend. And the local folks who hadn't touched a softball in years. And the atmosphere of that was positive. Yeah, of course, you're going to argue a call here and there. But it was so positive because everybody loved Justin so much. They loved Bob. They loved Beth. They loved Jason.
Yeah.
And the families and the volunteers. I was always proud to be a part of those tournaments. Yeah. The weather didn't cooperate much, but it was, why don't give... You were there. You were playing. We played against each other in championship.
Yeah. Well, it was fun, and of course, by everybody showing up like that, and all them teams, and everybody coming back to play shows you how much Justin was liked, and it was a fun time. That tournament went on for how many years?
3 days. Well, it went on for a heck of a long time. Later, it got a little big as far as out of town teams.
Yeah.
And so a lot of us locals. And these were the first 3 champions here, folks. Okay. And we 2 straight by Rob's Rats. We was fortunate to beat Larry's Raider team in the second year in the championship.
That's a good battle.
Then they beat us in the championship to end our 2-year run. We was going for a 3-peat.
Yeah.
And I always still said we made 1 pitch mistake, but I won't go into that. But Craig Kuhn made us pray. But Jason Hoff and Mike Furman and Larry and all the good players. You had Billy and we had our Rob's Rats team with Terry and Tim Otto and Huffy and John Kuntz and Dan and Andy and Steve. You know,
it was fun.
Yes,
it was fun. It was good battles, competitive, but it was fun.
It was, and that's what this reminded me of. It had that kind of atmosphere, and I know it meant a lot to Jean Sprague and her sons. Excuse me. And I'm trying not, well, I don't want to get emotional, but I remember the very first pilot night was right after Rusty had died, and we kind of dedicated to that episode. There's been a lot of great people involved with Brookville and Franklin County High School who passed on, and we could commemorate all of them. But Rusty was he just loved the sports. He was at all the basketball games.
Yeah. He liked the sports. Every sport you went to seemed like you seen him there.
Yeah.
And he was just a good guy.
He was.
And
just a lot of fun.
The turnout, somebody told me, was there 34 teams?
36.
36 teams, okay.
Yeah.
So that's tremendous.
It
and
is.
Everybody else that probably showed up and, was in the clubhouse and
Chicken
buying
fryers.
50s and, just everybody. So
Glenn Bischoff and his crew frying chicken. I think Steve Simmeyer helped out, probably lots of people. Folks just selling tickets. And I'll tell you that old Rob Jewell had a good time. I put his video on Facebook, and he was really tight with Rusty. And old Rob made a great birdie putt on hole number 7.
Did he?
And I said, that kind of reminded me of Wark Walters, but it might have been Rusty dropping one in from above. So
That's
again,
awesome.
Great tournament. And Franklin County, me as a person who gets to help on small jobs with Franklin County Athletic Department, and speaking for Dustin and Brad and Brandon and Jeremy Kuntz, our friend Jeremy Kuntz is helping at the athletic department now. They all appreciate it, and it's going to benefit these kids and these programs. So thank you to everybody on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you knew it was going to be a good turnout and before it even happened because he was just such a good guy.
Yeah.
Everybody liked him. So
I tell you.
That's awesome.
I've been a resident now here at Connersville for several years. And it's a good town. I've worked here since 1990. Wes has worked up here. We've played him in sports. It's a good town that pulls together on certain things. But I'm going to brag. There are few towns that pull together where everybody, whether you really were involved in the reason for the cause or not, few towns do it better than Brookville.
Yeah.
I mean, when they put on a fundraiser for something, it is top notch, whether it be the food, the organization, the time spent, the caring about it. They never fail.
They do it right.
They never fail.
Right, every time.
Yeah.
And they come, people want to help. And
watch your little trophy back here. Not too sturdy. But
is that one of them Girdler trophies?
That is one still hanging in there. The other one's in the back room. Wes might knock it over, but he's got the year 3. Did you guys win it twice in a row?
We won the 5th year. We won the 3rd and the 5th year.
So you're a 2-time winner.
Yeah.
And we were beating the semifinal. You guys might have put us out that 4th year, because we were in the semifinal to get to the championship.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly there who beat us out.
The 4th year, we got 3rd place.
Okay. You got 3rd place.
I believe the 4th year.
Okay. I don't even remember who. I used to keep a list of who won them all. Bailey Park jumped in there and won it once, I think, too.
I think they did, yeah. A
but-
team from Connersville, I think, won it that 4th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some dang good ball.
Yeah, that was fun.
And one day, guys, folks, listeners, we're going to cover our softball eras. We're going to cover the CYO. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. And I know you didn't get to play for him. But a fan of the show reached out to me last night on Facebook Messenger. I want to give him a shout out. Pat Chase, we called you the Rat. You were with us for 2 years. Was on that first championship team your junior year. Was a scrappy player that took no crap from nobody. Eddie loved him for that. Pat was kind of fearless. And then Pat's senior year, we had that great undefeated deanery team with Casey and Ingerman and Pat, Eric Gillman, and all those guys. Doug Walter, of course.
Good squad.
Brad Ellis came out, and we just got upset in that opening round by Morris.
Oh.
And we always said, because they were inspired, because Kenny Earhart's, sadly, his father just passed away.
Oh.
And they were playing like inspirational ball.
Right.
And they beat us in an upset, and
Oh.
it crushed us. And and I know you was to a crushing loss. We're not going to get into that. We'll probably
I
break
had a
into
correction
tears.
loss my senior year.
we
Yeah,
only-
I
we
don't
only-
want to cry tonight.
Yeah, we only talk about that at certain times. We'll get into that other episode. But anyway,
Hey,
Pat,
you win some, you lose some.
yeah, Pat, thanks for reaching out. Yeah, let's get together. I still want to have as many guys, maybe from that era, maybe do phone calls or something. So thanks for the shout out and being a fan of the show. Also want to give Dave Cook a tip the hat. Dave, our good friend, he wrote a little message and says, looking forward to tonight's show. Well, Dave, I wish we could have more of the guys. I wish we had Rob on here. Rob Callen's busy tonight.
Dave Cook, my 6th grade basketball coach.
Oh, well, he was a
Yes,
good one.
He was a good one.
Sunman Tiger, my friend, and my old cohort with Dave Kaiser sitting on the bench. I was their apprentice after Ron Cooper, and they
Yeah.
made me earn my stripes. So Dave, we
You've
miss
done
you,
well.
but I hope you're watching tonight. And yeah, Rob can't be here tonight, working with the extension. Brandon, and we're going to do this next. Brandon's coaching tonight up here, and we'll give you the girls' golf in his 2nd year. And Huffy and Travis are farming. They're making
We got some busy guys.
Got busy
That's
guys.
Corner crew guys. I mean,
But,
they do chains, they do farming, they coach.
They do everything.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. But let's give you a little update here. While I got my thing, Brandon sent me a message, and he was going to maybe try to call, but I don't think it's going to fit time-wise tonight. Here it is. I don't know. I can't act like Brandon Callen,
Well,
so I'm just going to read it.
just read it.
Yeah, I'm not as good a speaker as him. This is from girls golf coach Brandon Callen. FCHS girls golf update. The 2025 girls golf season is up and running, and they've already started. Everybody knows that. We've had 2 invitationals so far and placed 5th and 7th in the Richmond Invitational and 5th out of 8 in the Union County Invitational. They've had 2 dual matches. They won the first one by 2 strokes, 190-192 at Greensburg. That's a pretty big win.
Yeah.
Because it's always tough to win over there.
Yeah.
And lost the second one to Batesville, which I think is ranked in golf, 143-194. They're exceptional.
They're really good.
Yeah.
Batesville's really good. I know they was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight, they're traveling to Connersville, which is probably a 3-way meet against Rushville and Connersville. That's Monday tonight. Or wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. They're at Connersville and then play Rushville later this week, Monday and Thursday. Then they host North Decatur and South Dearborn at home sometime. They got 7 returning players this season and gained 4 new freshmen. They're looking forward to a competitive season, and Brandon says they can't wait to see how these girls compete during this season. So good luck, Brandon Callen.
Yep. Good luck.
2nd year coach, girls golf. If you're listening and get a chance to give us a call, we'll put you on here tonight. But anyway, tell you what, we brag on Brandon a lot, but he's not afraid to put right in there. You know,
That guy'll do anything.
He
And he
is.
does it well.
He does.
Yeah.
Jeff, stick your head in
Yeah.
here. Come on in here.
Come on in, Jeff.
We're going.
Say hi.
Come in here. Connersville Spartan, E.W. Brockman, longtime employee here,
Connersville Spark.
and Jeff Sizemore. Everybody probably knows Ryan O'Neill. You never thought you would see this guy. Sit down, Jeff. Sit down for a second. Connersville Spartan class of '78, wasn't it?
Yes.
78.
Good friend of Scott Hurdle. Scott, look at this guy.
Yeah.
And he has many. We got to give a pitch for Brockman. Has many school accounts for concessions.
Yes.
So people join him.
39 years this year.
39 years
39
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
39 years
And
this
you were
year.
with Philip Morris before that,
For
weren't you?
5. Yeah.
Okay.
Marlboro before this.
Well,
Been doing it a long time and doing it well.
Yeah.
And anybody from these schools who might be watching,
might be watching. You need
I'll
to
get a hold of
count.
this guy. He'll set you
Talk
up
to
for ball
Rob.
games.
He'll get with me and I'll see
Scott Sorrell, you might have more to deliver here for somebody. But no,
right.
Jeff's been around, like I said, 39 years. I've been here 35. Wes is how long?
28.
28. But Jeff's always organized all of our social activities or Christmas party. He's been known to be a Santa Claus, maybe, possibly,
Working on it now.
around the area. And he works a lot with fundraiser. Why we got you on here to give a shout out about it. What is the Tapman Group?
There, we supply Christmas for kids in Connersville, and we cover from preschool. What is it? Preschool, which
Pre-K, I like her.
yeah, and then we go up to third grade, and it's for children who are. They don't like to use the word underprivileged, but people who just like. I was a Tapman child when I was in first grade. It's like situations where the parents may be laid off, may not be working, things like that, and it may be their only chance of having a Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
an awesome thing.
It is good.
Yeah.
And we just did a fundraiser at the Eagles here in Connersville and raised looks like over $7,000.
Oh,
Awesome.
jeez. Was that just from the Jeep ride and the dinner?
And the sponsorships on the back of shirts.
Okay.
And also the raffle tickets, which the grand prize was from Brookville Butcher. That was $500 there. They always work well with us on that. So that was a number one prize. And when you know it, a farmer here in town won it.
Well, that's good.
That's awesome.
But I know that I know Ryan O'Neill been a part of it, and
Yeah.
maybe been Santa Claus a few times, and
Yeah.
maybe Jeff's done that. Well, there's the real Santa Claus, everybody. We all know that, but maybe they might have had to fill in as Santa helper.
Yeah, it can't be everywhere.
Yeah, so still Santa Claus. He probably appeared also. But I knew you'd done a lot of work with that, and I just always kind of never
45 years
exactly
this year.
knew
That.
what that always
Wow.
was about. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's what it is. But like I said, it's for young kids and like I said, only up to third grade because it's expensive. We spend between $13,000 to $16,000 every year.
Okay. Jeez.
So each kid, we have a party for them, and they get like a $40 gift card to buy clothes or shoes at Walmart, and they get a toy, they get a meal, they get a goodie bag from Santa. It's all usually the first Sunday, the first full weekend on Sunday of December.
Well, he just had voice surgery too, so we don't mean to
Yeah.
wear him out. I'm going to ask you two quick sports questions, and you can just answer them quickly.
Right.
Where were you when the '72 team won the state championship and the '83 team won Connersville Grand? Where were you during that? Everybody's got a story where they were. Granted, you were young in '72.
When they won in '72, I was at the Elephant Hill trailer park watching the game, and with my cousins, and we was all jumping around like a bunch of fools.
Was Nick there?
No, not at that one. And then
That's awesome.
we had that. It was up there, and I'll never forget when the team come around to school. I forget what grade I was in, but they came around and signed their autographs and came through your classroom and shook your hands. And I remember how big they looked.
They were big.
Max, like Ellis.
Yeah.
Gerald
Thomas, Bill
Gerald
Cox,
Thomas, all of them. Yeah.
Miller.
You're just in awe when you're that
Oh.
age, and the high schoolers come around.
Have you ever heard Regina tell the story? Because Gary Radar Redelman, the great shooter with the big glasses,
Yeah.
he lived in the Triangle.
Right.
And she said her and one of her friends went down and got his autograph.
Yeah.
And he was real nice to him.
Yeah.
I guess he had a good
But
reputation for being a
He
good
did. He did that real
Yeah.
well, and he was that. And then, of course, in '82, I was quite a bit older, and
Might have been partying.
I took on. We were all down, hanging out of the vehicles downtown, down by the theater, going through there. I remember that.
Cause a ruckus.
Everything was-
As you can
Everything
tell,
was
his
shut
memory
down.
isn't as good about that one. Yeah, or it's something inside man. He might have to
Right,
celebrate.
that was a little.
Was you in the
foggy.
back seat?
Everywhere.
I got to come up the next day because my brother and Terry Turner, I know, gets upset. Laurel's first championship game was against the '72 Spartans in the championship, and Terry's a starting freshman.
Oh, my
I
God.
I've told the story many times. Terry always says, We gave him a great first quarter. Yeah, and then Radar Redelman, there was no three-pointer then. We played a 2-3 zone. He just started shooting the outside, and that just all the floodgates.
Ball game.
So sorry, Terry, 72 and 73 championship game against Connersville. He's a little sour grapes about that.
Most people don't have to get to see, that twice.
Oh, yeah, and
I was
one
glad
class back then, too.
Yeah, exactly. And I was glad to be able to go to it. And luckily, I knew a few people who could get me tickets to the games, and I was lucky. I went to all those games back then.
My mom was a '66 graduate of Connersville, but she came back up, I think, when they won.
Well, I went to the pep rally the next day.
It was wild.
She drove up from Brookfield.
You know what? And that was the thing. And I've already said this on different shows. I might even said it when Rodney Klein was on here that night. You could be somebody's archest enemy. Just despise them as a rival. But back in those days, if a local team started to go through the tournament, you were on board with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a Connersville hat that I bought from Rimbu.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that thing. I mean, you rooted for him.
Yeah.
And I even go back into the
Seen
Milan
the
era.
signs everywhere.
Milan era. The teams that were so tired of getting beat by Milan. Well, no, it was all about Milan going through, or people root for Brookfield when they went to semi-state. But that's good memories. So, and stuff like that and things. But, well, hey, I'm glad
I
you
appreciate
made
it.
your
Some of us
appearance.
got to go. I made my one appearance.
We're going to have you back on there someday.
See you guys
Nick
later.
Reeves Summer,
Take care.
you're going to be jealous.
That's right.
Well, we thank Jeff for stopping in.
Hey,
Make sure don't.
Hey, you want to take a
basketball
shot?
balls.
you want to take
You
a
want to
shot?
take a
Oh,
pop
no,
shot?
I'll miss it for sure.
Oh, well, I didn't
I'm
get
from
one.
Connersville.
He said it'd be too easy, everybody.
Yeah.
But since we're a little lonely here tonight, we thank Jeff for stopping in. If we had any door prizes, we'd give you one. So we talked about Brandon. What do we got to say? What's your thoughts on football coming up?
Football season.
For Frank County,
Well,
that
I'll
is.
say one thing. I'll just say last year I really enjoyed watching the team
gosh.
last year. That was fun. And all the seniors, we're going to miss them who left, from last year's team. Some great players, obviously, but that was a fun season to watch. And this year, I'm looking forward to it too. It's my favorite time of year. And we got some guys back. I know there's quite a few linemen, I believe, coming back. If not, I think one kid told me 4 out of the 5 linemen are back.
Gosh, I didn't know that. Eli is. I know him,
Eli
right?
and
Jody Darrell, the founder.
yeah.
Son.
But yeah, they got some linemen back, and of course Dozier and Wee Wee. Wyatt Bowling's played some ball in the past.
Quarterback when Quinn was hurt that year and did a good job.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he played like a split end last year, didn't he? Kind of a wide out.
I
Or
think he did.
kind of like a runner / flanker kind of a thing.
Yeah.
They don't use that term much anymore, but
Yeah. Well, I think that'll, if he's going to be quarterback this year, which I think he is. Then,
probably.
Um,
Well, ask Wes here in a little bit.
yeah, there you go.
Uh,
I'm looking forward to it, and I think they can have a good year. Even though they lost a lot of good players, I think they got some guys that's still around, and probably some young guys that's going to have to step up and fill in a couple of them spots.
I bet a few of them sophomores who were JV guys or maybe got to play on a kickoff or in a big win or a loss maybe. I think you're going to see a lot of them jump in there maybe and stuff. I'd say, in fact, he played a lot in the scrimmage. The Crudup boy did.
Did he?
Brody did.
Yeah, he's only sophomore.
Yeah,
So.
and
Yeah, I guess guys
Parker
like that.
Gillman and all those guys and
Mm-hmm.
different ones. So, in every team, I don't want to take away from what questions we're going to be asking Wes Gillman. They got to find their niche. Every team does need to, and that takes some work during the season,
Right.
and things like that. But hey, I didn't know they had that many line guys coming back.
Yeah, actually,
That's a
I
good start.
talked to Eli down at the workout center, and
He's gotten big.
Yeah, he's gotten big.
He's a strong guy.
He's down there quite a bit at the workout center. I'll give him that, and working hard, and some of them other guys are too. Not sure really who's who, but I'm sure it's some of the linemen, on Franklin County. So they're working hard, and I'm sure as the season goes along, they're going to come together, and I think it's going to be a pretty good year.
Well, and we're going to try to give Wes a little bit of an early phone call here in about maybe 10 minutes. things like that. Sorry to be looking at my phone, but we thought maybe Brandon might try to give us a call too. But anyway, yeah, football. Okay, I got the schedule over there. Home games. We don't have a home game till game 3. We are Newcastle this week, Connersville the next. Don't know yet where that's going to be played. That might be played at Earlham if they don't have those bleachers done.
Oh, that's
Because
right.
they had some repair work up here that got delayed.
Is that the alternate site?
Yes,
Earlham?
yeah, from what I was
Really?
told, it was Earlham.
Huh. That'd be different.
It'd be different, but I'd still love to come up. I love coming to game at Connersville.
Oh,
when
yeah.
we play up here.
Oh, yeah. Anytime Connersville and Franklin County play in whatever, it's fun to go to.
Then it's Rushville at our field to start off.
Yep.
Rematches from those 2 great games last year. East Central, game 4.
Home
Here
game.
they come. Home game.
Home for Franklin County.
Then it's Rhodes, and I think Greensburg's here this year. And I don't know, that North
At
Decatur
Lawrenceburg.
might be. We're at Lawrenceburg. And that's what I wanted to tell. Are we going to Lawrenceburg
Oh.
this year? That's been our
Well,
tradition.
we
lately.
have been here lately, and we might even run down to Burger King.
The
here.
Burger King Challenge, which
Yeah.
we won't divulge what that is.
Yeah.
But we had Doug Kuntz even went with
Yeah.
us. And that's just, I don't know what it is. Because in my earlier days, and when Wes was young, and Wes got to play there, I think, when he was on his junior high era, star football player. With the only thing that beat him out was the rival Alex Smith. Which is pretty hard to match up with that guy. The old, we still call it the Skeeter Bowl, but it was not a pleasant place to play football. It smelled bad down there. Lawrenceburg is such a nice town now.
Yeah.
But I love going to games there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great atmosphere
It is
with the
good.
highway right there.
Yeah.
The
It is a great atmosphere. They always have a good crowd, and they're into it, and they've been really good lately.
Yeah.
So, and it's a challenge every time you go down there now.
Yeah.
But
Our friend, Danny Dora, we're not picking on you. Danny's had some temper down there.
well,
One year he was not happy with a play call, I think, and the next year he wasn't. I got to stick up for the man, and I think he mentioned it on the podcast. The ref thought he was being boisterous, and Danny had to wait a little bit in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Hey, Danny, what are you doing? Trying to get to your car earlier?" And he was like this. And we're like, "Okay, I don't think he's too happy." But Danny, we're sticking up for you. We knew you weren't being unsportsmanship. That guy's too good, and we hope you're feeling good too, by the way.
yeah, I hope you're feeling good then.
Yeah, but other sports, I know it's not. And you used to. Well, you follow wrestling always, and followed volleyball. Do you know anything about volleyball? I know they won some games last year and improved a lot.
I'm not sure. They did win some games last year.
I got to call one of them.
That's right, you did. Did you like doing that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Little
what I was
different,
doing,
Yeah.
and Dave Kaiser helped me through it all. As far as there's different rules, which Wes knows them about how much warm up time there is, and the ref wants a break between. It's maybe a minute here or 2 minutes there. It's just protocol. And Dave was like, "Put 2 minutes on the clock," and old Larry was reffing that night.
Okay.
It was a great match.
Yeah.
I think it was against Centerville, and it went all 5 sets. And I guess I announced it maybe a little more than what sometimes you would announce. Gary usually does it, does a good job. Gary Bradburn, stat man. But it was fun, and maybe I'll get I'm not looking for another job, but that's not it. And
Volleyball, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
And until my daughter Kylie started playing it back in the day. Well, Chloe played it back in junior high. Then Kylie played it too, and she played it through high school. And once I started to follow them and go to their games, I thought, man, it's pretty fun to watch, really. Especially when they got in the high school level and they were actually volleying going on.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch. I enjoyed it, but
Hey, what's a long night though?
it can be a long night.
I mean, especially if
Yeah.
they got that C game, a JV game. Sometimes that's all before the varsity.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they're at separate gyms. But good God.
Yeah. Then all of them seems like they get that long warm up time.
Yeah.
You got all day to go down and get you a pretzel.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it is not like that night. I was like, we're up 2 sets.
Mhm.
Oh, and we thought we had the third one won.
Right.
And there was a call in the net, which was like, oh, I almost announced that Franklin County wins the match. But luckily I wasn't over exuberant. Well, that turned the tide. Next thing you know, Centerville wins set 3, or whatever, group 3 and 4. And it came down to that tiebreaker group in the 5th.
Yeah.
And I was
go
like,
5,
oh, God.
That's a long night when you get up that 5th game.
But
I think it only goes to 15 now. But still,
Yeah.
you've already been there 4. The worst is if you win the first 2, then you're like, we got this. Then you lose the next 2.
It was getting close on that. And I think Franklin County won at 15-12 maybe. But I did go to a girls' state final in volleyball. And me and Andy Walter went. Sandy Walter was on the IHSA board at that time. It was at Butler Fieldhouse. Morristown was in it that year. They didn't win it that year. They won the year after. They had a great volleyball program going on. Union County wasn't in that year because then they went to state.
Union County, I think so.
Yeah, they went to state
They
maybe
was
once
good
or
for
twice.
a really long time.
Yeah.
In volleyball.
But Muncie Burris, I remember, won their division that year, and I didn't really know the volleyball history. That they were a powerhouse.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
Years and years and years.
But gosh,
Powerhouse.
that was a different level of volleyball.
Oh yeah, it is.
I mean,
The higher you get up, it's pretty amazing
yeah.
what these girls can do, how they can dig them balls, set the ball, and get up there and spike it like crazy.
Uh-huh.
And there were some pretty good players around the area. I know back when my daughter Kylie was playing, there were some really good players, and it was fun to watch.
Oh, man. Well, and again, I'm just thinking of that. That might have been all the way back 2004, 2005. That's how long that's been. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Folks, I might have to put this on speaker.
Who we got?
Rob Jewell, is that you?
Yeah, I didn't see you. I just saw you call.
Well, I tell you what. I do have a work question, but you are actually right now live on the show. So,
very good.
yeah,
Nice
so
to join you.
we just had Jeff Sizemore on.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Hard up for guests.
Well, Huff couldn't show Travis. It's me and Wes. But, we just gave a pretty good Rob Jewell, former Greyhound, class of 84 with us. Folks, you just heard me mention his name. But, Rob, real quick, and we kind of did a little segment about the tournament yesterday. Real quick, because you're as involved as anybody in it and one of Rusty's best friends. Give us just a couple minutes of how you thought that tournament went yesterday.
Everything went well, and it was perfect, and it showed what people cared about Rusty. And they showed up, and we raised a lot of money, and the golf course comes through again, raising money for the parents and kids that play sports in Franklin County, because all that money's going to go to them, and they will not have to pay.
Well, and everybody, we mentioned on here, and we're sitting right by the Greyhound banner, the ex-Greyhound banner that Rusty signed years ago, class of '76. He was one of the initial signers when we had the cardboard one, for crying out loud, which was in my garage when you had to leave your orders in my old garage with that poster covered a hole in the wall.
He came with the chain gang.
Yeah. How many years do you think he did it with Charlie?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, no, I don't know.
Well, they were together. They were good father-son cohorts at the games, and Rusty sitting up with you guys and giving Huff a hard time, and he always kind of was interested in Huffy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's always worried about Huffy. Yeah. Most people are, though.
Most people are worried about it, Huffy.
I think everybody worries about it.
I think so. We're still trying to get him a powder blue cowboy hat with an FC on it. So instead of his white one. But hey, quick business, because we're allowed to do business since Brockman helped sponsor this show. There was a lot of tobacco on Logan's. Is that still good?
Yeah, that's
New owner.
Sarah's new ownership, and she she's going to start buying everything from us.
Okay, Logan Supermarket, folks. If you're down around the North Dearborn Road, Bright area,
Every morning.
great, faithful account of B.W. Brockman. You know, I've had some sandwiches there, and they're pretty dang good.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Logan Supermarket.
Rob Jewell has a tendency to talk to the old breakfast crew there, and whenever I sub for him, they don't want to talk to me. But, well, hey, I just didn't mean to bug you, but thanks for calling back. And you are now made your first official appearance. You are the second phone interview. Wes Gillman's going to be the third. So you're going to go down in history as the second phone interview in the history of the Coach's Corner crew.
And a job well done.
And a job well done.
Well, thank you guys. See ya.
Hey.
When you got to come up here and be on the show
Yeah,
sometime.
next time when it's just me and Rob, we might need you to come up and fill in for one of these other guys don't show up.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll do that, Wes.
Well-
I know I'll be there tomorrow, though.
Well, I tell you
All right.
what, if Jeff Sizemore, you're going to have to watch now, because Jeff Sizemore actually did a pretty good job.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, was he Santa Claus or himself?
Well, did you hear that, folks? He was himself, and we know that there really is a Santa Claus, but sometimes Jeff may be an assistant to Santa Claus, and he's something else. We're going to leave it PG rated like always, and leave it at that.
All right. Well, you guys take care.
All right, we'll be ready for you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, see
Hey,
ya.
Robbie.
All right. That was Rob Jewell, everybody. Hope all of our listeners were there who know Rob, and class of '84, pretty good basketball player, great golfer, tennis player. Was undefeated at number 3 singles, but he wouldn't play me and Jay Taylor. Said we weren't good enough, but he wouldn't get out there.
Well,
We challenge you, Rob Jewell.
there you go.
Yeah, even though me and Jay haven't played in about 4 years.
Rob Jewell, good athlete in his own right back in the day.
He
wasn't
was. We teased him, but dang good softball player.
Yeah.
One time was called Pretty Boy at a tournament by a team, but he wound up batting about 900.
Well.
Every time they called him Pretty Boy, he got a base hit.
Sometimes
But-
that's all you need, just something to
Rob-
spark you a little bit.
Rob was, we didn't get to play as much together. We were on the Bullets together, and we were on the, I'm acting like I'm talking to the phone. We got to be on the Brookville Merchants together, which was a great team with Jimmy Lang, and we had a nice championship and had a heck of a lot of fun. So
A lot of good memories.
a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
But you know what? Do you want me to try to give Wes a call?
Call Wes Gillman up.
Call Wes Gillman. We'll see if we can reach Wes a little early.
And by the way, Rob Jewell was my 8th grade coach,
Oh,
basketball.
almost sometimes forget about his years of coaching.
Yeah.
He knew where to get him on to trap on the dead spot.
Yeah. The old Brookfield.
Rob, I'm still a practice
That
guy.
that is okay, Wes. We were just a little early. I said I'll give you a call, but I'll wait and we'll finish up when you're done. How's that sound?
Okay, I'll give you a call here. Give me about 15, 20 minutes.
We just had to have Rob Jewell on. We're hurting for guests.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you have the bleeper on?
No, in fact, everything was PG, so we're doing
Probably
good.
Did you have a cooler or Busch Light?
Well, there's been suds on this show before, but we won't go into that. But we'll get back with you in a little bit.
All right, buddy.
Thanks. Thank you. Wes is there practicing with his group. It's still a little early, and if we wrap this up, I'll finish that interview, and we'll have June and Shelby splice it in with you, because we thank Wes. And again, we were going to try to get those other coaches in with us also.
Man, you're doing pretty good if you can call a guy, varsity football coach, right in the middle of practice, and he answers.
He
talks
answers
to
the
you.
phone.
Did he get mad?
And,
he must like you pretty good.
He's a dedicated guy to it, and we appreciate Wes and
yeah.
all of them guys. But and he'll give you a good, honest opinion
He
of
will.
how things will be, and
Yeah.
he don't get overexcited about anything, whether positive or negative. He keeps a good even keel. So I think Wes loves it, and he's got
Yeah.
young son down still in the young grades playing, and he's involved with the youth league.
Yeah.
So he's plenty busy. Him and Gene are and stuff and stuff. So
I know he's going. Wants them to do good, and he'll do good. And like I said, he's just even keeled, and he'll
Yeah.
tell you one way or the other, honest. And
yeah. But
that's-
what have we we've jumped around a little bit. We've had some dang good guests come on here.
Rob
tonight.
Jewell, Jeff Sizemore.
Rob Jewell, Jeff Sizemore. That's going to make
Wes Gillman
viewership
later.
go up. We got to tell these guys actually watch the show. Rob Jewell's watched about 10 minutes of it, I think. And
You'll watch this one.
Yeah, unless we get Sammy Terry on, I don't know if he's going to watch it. But another thing, we got some upcoming stuff. Let's try to. You know what? When we start this show, and we have ideas of what upcoming shows need to be, and it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be sometimes to maybe get to that subject. The CYO episodes. I know I've got people constantly saying, when are you going to do CYO? Wes, of course, very valuable CYO player, St. Michael. I coached all them years and played. And they haven't been as easy to organize. But now that we're experimenting with the phone, and maybe if we got multiple phones in here, of course we have to watch for feedback, because, we got simple equipment here that works very well, because June knew what she was doing. And by the way, check out June's podcast that are always on anytime you can. My daughter June Allen. And it's not as easy to coordinate. And like we even had the Rob's Rats thing,
Right.
and we thought that was going to be,
Yeah.
I mean,
You
that's
could
not
do-
easy to put together.
You could do 25 shows. I mean, sit around and think about it. But
Yeah.
the time you got to put it together, get the people, and certain people I'm sure you want to talk to about certain
Yes.
subjects. And it's,
We
I always thought maybe we'd get a couple kids on here one day.
Well,
Well, the
and
athletes.
I know it would be
You got-
great. I have always been a little nervous about if that's allowed or not, so I got to
Oh.
do some research on that.
I didn't
But
think
we're
of
a
that.
non-money making thing here.
Right.
Brockman is, but we're just our own sponsors and everything. And if anybody else want to sponsor, though, we'll be glad to have you. Give you a shout out, Logan Supermarket. EW Brockman, of course, who gives us our area, so they do way above and beyond for us. But other is I'm going to have my brother-in-law Terry Turner, Hall of Fame, not official baseball Hall of Fame. He will be, folks. He's got to be. Great career coaching at different levels all over. Me and him may get together on a Saturday to do that because
Yeah.
he lives away.
I'll do that
And Deb and them.
one-on-one.
Yes, or that, or if you guys would be
Well,
welcome, because you would really enjoy it. And Huff knows him.
Several time state winner, isn't he?
Yeah, two-time state champion coach.
Right.
And it would be great if some of his family would pop in. My sister, or Derek, his son, or Krista, or Jackie. I mean, they lived it too, folks.
Yeah.
They lived it all with him, all that coaching, supporting. So we want to get Terry on. I'd love to get Jim Atkinson on. I want to do a video if he comes to the game, maybe. Watch for these little Facebook videos. We got to keep them at about 2 minutes. I learned my lesson on that. But we got things that we want to get to on the show. And I know we're only in episode, I didn't even do my research tonight. This might be episode 13, I think. Do you remember?
I do not.
But I honestly thought by now we'd have almost 20 episodes. But we had to, it was hard getting it organized during the summer.
Yeah.
And we're busy here at Brockman.
Yeah, things going on.
People
Everybody's
got
busy.
going
Yeah.
on. But, and if we do one-on-one segments, we always hope you enjoy it. But it's more fun with our whole group.
Yeah.
It is. It adds to the show. People get tired of hearing me talk for an hour and 15 minutes or something. But send us your input too. Send us a Facebook message. Shelby set up the Coach's Corner Crew Facebook page, which you can friend, and that's public. You can follow that, folks. If you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, you can just go on to the Coach's Corner Crew Facebook, and Shelby's trying to keep that updated. But always you can get on mine and our Huffy's, because we share everything together. So we're going to try to add some things to that maybe could give you a short few minutes here, short few minutes there, and maybe at least touch on something that would be fun that evening or something, or some little sports thing that you might enjoy. We did one at the scrimmage the other night.
Yeah.
Just kind of advertising the show. So
I can do one at Newcastle this week, or maybe Connersville
Maybe.
next week at the football game.
yeah. So and we want to reach out to other areas.
Yep.
Last year I had a great interview night with Rodney Klein, and Rodney was in the other day. He's feeling a lot better, and Cambridge City's up and running. Their numbers are actually up in sports.
Good.
So good luck to the Golden Eagles, our friends from the north. Still would love to give some Connersville folk on sometime. But
What are we going to get?
I don't know. I got to get some better connections. I always get old Chris. I told Chris Bottomley to come on sometime.
Chris, yeah.
He said as long as there was no pictures of Elvis, he would do it.
Okay. Hey, he would be a good interview.
And Eric Myers would be unbelievable.
There you go.
Because he was Mr. Connersville.
Right.
But reach out to any coaches that might be listening. Get in touch with us. We'd love to have you on.
We got Ryan Lynch, head coach
Yeah.
at Connersville.
In fact, Mark Stringer down at Fifth Third Bank, some relation to his is some of the assistant coaches.
Oh,
So Mark, would like maybe to come on the show sometime, because he thought about maybe doing some kind of show sometime.
Oh.
Not really so much about sports,
Yeah.
but maybe about some things he was involved in, and maybe wanted to see how we sort of had our setup.
Right.
So, and again, we always thank June and Shelby for helping us with this stuff, and Brandon when we're at a travel site, he helps us, and any of our guests that we do it. But
They all do a great job.
they do, and we appreciate it. Because honestly, folks, I still couldn't do it. The back of the behind the scenes work. I still, as June sometimes leaves in bloopers. I sometimes still have trouble making sure we're actually on the air,
Yeah.
which we better be tonight,
I
or
hope
we're
so.
missed
We're
out
not.
2 darn good guests. But anyway, can you think of anything else? Because Wes has been here all day
Well,
and had a busy day and stuff, and might
Well, you
let
have
him
to.
go. You know, I can hang around. I don't have to drive home far. I go live 3 minutes from here.
only
But-
thing I got to say is I'm looking forward, especially to football season. But like Rob says, though, the other sports at Franklin County, kind of looking for some maybe some players. And it might not be too late to join. Tennis, soccer,
Cross country,
Cross
boys and
country.
girls.
boys and girls. If you want to join them or looking for something to do and maybe get you in shape a little bit for the sports in the winter or spring that you play, cross country and soccer definitely do that. Well, tennis would too.
And that's what do.
Yeah,
You
get
got to be in shape.
So there's some spots available.
And if in
Anybody can hop on
doubt,
'em.
reach out to Dustin Riley, athletic director.
Yeah.
Reach out to Brad Stacy. Try to contact the coach, Brandon, any of them, Jeremy. Call a high school. Don't be shy. It's not too late. You would just have to get some practices in.
Yeah.
You know, there's rules, but folks, just think about it. Think about it. So and things. But shoot, I don't know. Do you know this thing's going to have to make an appearance soon? Do they got to take this to Newcastle?
I think you should.
And this might be the light. Rob Jewell's scared of this light, but
You
Huffy
see that?
likes manning it.
Oh, he likes it.
And we don't have to worry about no sectional rules.
Right.
So the light
If you
can
see
come
that
out.
light flashing at Newcastle,
You're
you're the corner crew's in the house.
that's in the house for big time. They got a cool stadium up there.
Yeah, you do.
You guys have been there, I know.
Yeah, I've been to the Newcastle game. Gosh, probably 4 or 5 times at least.
Well,
But my daughter was cheerleading. I was going
Oh,
back
gosh.
way back when Chloe was cheerleading, and even after she was out, Kylie, we'd go to the games. Me, her, and her friends, and
they've had the turf for quite a while, haven't they?
yeah,
That's a pretty field,
Yeah.
actually. It's right there on Trojan Lane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Past the Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame.
yeah. Go
Right
past
before
that.
you get up to the
right on
right
the
by the
left.
parking lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's sweet looking.
Yeah, that's nice.
I tell you,
Mitchell Orschel looked really fast on that. So he was
gosh.
fast anyway. But man, he looked like he was running
wasn't there
like Carl Lewis.
wasn't there one year where we played up there where they just threw the ball like all the time?
Oh yeah, they
Like,
threw
we're
it
like run and shoot almost.
they threw it like 40 or 50 times, I think, one time, several years ago. But I'm thinking we won the game.
Yes, I think it
Yeah.
was, but it was a
It was.
long, drawn out game because of all the incompletions.
Oh
and
yeah,
different stuff like that.
that game took forever.
Well, I got a soccer memory there. When we were playing soccer there, Newcastle, they were on our schedule. And I remember it was Shelby's sophomore year, June's. Is that right? No, I'm sorry, that's not right. the first time I ever had to coach at Newcastle was Shelby's junior year. June's sophomore year, because June started playing again when she was a sophomore. And we went up there, and June had been goalkeeping the first couple of games, and Bridget Collins, we switched her in because Bridget had strained a muscle. So I was like, okay, BC, you're going to go to goal. June will find a different spot. And it was up there that night. And I got to be good friends with that coach. They had a really good team. We wound up having some really good matches with them. They brought out the best in us. But the little field was up 3 a little further. And it was a real small field. Now they use it for youth football. Mm-hmm. But I remember we always played good on a small field. And I remember we discovered some things that night, me and Michelle did, Michelle Robert Schneider, my assistant, that led us into making some changes, some experiments that night. And we came home on the bus. I think we got only beat like 4-0. But we were like, we know now how to set up a defense a little different. Like
Right.
June showed that she could play defense.
Mm-hmm.
We switched some people. We had Kendra back there. We started to get our fullbacks lined up. And it made our team better from that point on. Mm-hmm. So I always got a lot of sentiment. Because really they played us at Brookville the next year. Then he beat us my very last game in sectional, 4-0. But we shut them out the first half.
Oh.
But they were the sectional champ. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if we'd have got by them again, we'd have had another run at a championship because we were in the championship game, lost in double overtime. That got beat. That was the year my dad died. We were in overtime to get to the championship game. Sadly lost that. But the championship game was going to be on the day of Dad's funeral, so I don't know how we were going to work that out. But Michelle was ready if we would have needed. Yeah. But it would have been hard for Shelby and June, I remember.
Right.
We probably could have got the game changed or something.
Probably.
But it's a lot of good memories from that. But I'll always be sentimental to Newcastle because that night we just came home on the bus like, we found out things that were important in the team. A team growing as the year goes on, making changes, finding himself. And I could just talk on and on and on about that stuff. But
any field you've been to or played on or coached on, you probably got a memory or something that good or bad that happened or something you learned from.
I had some bad ones, but
but you might have learned something from it.
Yeah.
Same with any other sport,
But later on, of course, they moved up to that football field.
Yeah.
And when they got that turf, and I'm sure it's fun to watch a soccer game, as it is at our soccer, which will open its home season next week. And so come see us. Got the privilege to announce soccer, boys and girls, again this year. Hannah, Jake, hope to get you on the show. Might do an interview with you guys on an evening and incorporate it into a show. So we hope we get the chance to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to all the fall teams this year, and everything's just getting started.
It is.
And
Bengals.
It's going to be exciting.
We're the challenge. Oh, okay. Since we've hit on it before, and I know I'm dragging Wes a little longer. Last year we were almost pro-Steeler a few times, and then became anti-Steeler again. But I wonder how it's going to be if Aaron Rodgers actually plays. Has he even been to camp?
I think so.
Or is he living in a hole again?
I think he's been there.
Are you living in a hole, Aaron Rodgers?
He might be living in a hole.
Mike Tomlin might be walking through Brookville again.
Yeah.
Like when he
has before.
We've seen him. We said. I swear it was him. He might be mad. Aaron Rodgers in a Steeler uniform.
That's
I hope he's there when we play him, because I'd love to beat him with him there.
That would be awesome.
I don't know about him.
Who day up?
Yeah, who day up? Bengals, we're challenging you. 3-1 start, 4-0, 2-2. Anything better than 1-3.
Anything.
Zach Taylor will answer to this guy.
That's right. No 1-3s,
might
no
get
1-4s.
We'll bring an orange light.
We'll bring Zach Taylor in here. We'll just have a little talky
My gosh, we'd have some stern talks with him. There's times where I'd like to get stern with him.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's not too scared of that.
Well, he's probably had some heat put on him before.
Playing in a Super Bowl, hey, it's that or being on the coach's corner crew. I don't know.
We'll put him in the hot seat.
About the same thing. Sitting here with Mike Huff.
Yeah.
Mike Huff
and Cal Bell and everybody just questioning him like crazy.
Travis Singer giving him the eyeball. somebody staring at him. We might put him in the room of the dark back there.
That's right there.
Gosh.
Scary.
But anyway, we're going to continue on here in a little bit with Wes Gillman. We're going to add it to the podcast. Wes may want to head on home. And do you have any questions you want me to ask Wes?
I want you to ask Wes. Of course, it all starts with the offensive and defensive line up front. I just want to know kind of where they're at. I know they got some guys, a few guys coming back from last year's team, but where they're at with that, and it all starts from there. And also tell him, I've seen a TikTok or two of Gunner Gillman running some TDs the other day. Some pretty impressive runs.
Young one.
Young Gunner Gillman. Shout out to him. Nice job.
How old are they? Are they 6th grade or 5th grade? They're young.
That's 5th grade, I believe.
Okay.
But,
keep playing, boys.
It looks like that 5th grade team's pretty tight and doing a good job.
It's all about kids continuing to play.
Yeah. Keep playing, kids.
Keep playing.
Stay as a team.
Let's say you get burnt out. Take it. Hey, I saw it when I coached CYO. There was times a high school player came and played with me, and I was like, what are you doing here? I love that you're here, but what are you doing here? You're a varsity player. And they were like, we needed a year break. And then went back, and the coaches worked it out with them, and they played great. We don't promote that, like quit a year or something, but sometimes a kid can burn out on something. Mm-hmm. But it don't mean you have to stop it forever. If you miss a year, it's okay. If you miss another year, it's okay. You're young. You can get back to it. Right. Trust me.
Especially at 6th, 7th, 8th grade age.
Yeah.
But yeah. And kids start playing so young anymore.
Yes.
I mean, you can get burned out by the time you get in high school.
You can. But it's a demanding thing. It's a commitment.
Yeah.
But everybody always remember, it's kind of kumbaya on my part, but sports is there for your activity. It's there to learn. It's there to grow physically, mentally. But the camaraderie and the sportsmanship of it, winning is important. Don't say it's not. It is. It motivates. It promotes. It is. It's very, very important. But it's also very important to have a positive experience. And that can happen sometimes even if you're not the best team win and loss. I've said before, I don't like to use the word favorite, but some memorable, very, very memorable years of CYO that I coached. And I had some very good teams in those later years. Brady and all the guys we had, coaching with Scott and Bryce and Kevin McCann. I don't even need to go into names. They were all great. Dylan, great teams. We had 2 great teams. But some of my memorable years, and the whole Huppy was sitting in his seat, he'd remember it, was guys who were fighting just to get a win or learning how to play the game.
Yeah.
We grew together. We had good times and bad. But when you had something good, man, we remember it to this day.
Oh, yeah. All these years later.
Nobody else in the state of Indiana knew about us maybe winning in Millhausen or something. But by God, we remember it.
Yeah. Makes memories, things you can talk about. You can laugh and have fun with it. Even if you had a bad experience, you can laugh about it. How many years later now?
That's right. Bus, our old Brookfield Greyhounds, you've heard me mention this a bunch of times. My Champ 86 team, we were all friends, and we were like 16 and 13 that year going in the sectional, or maybe that was with sectional. Had the errors record, I think. Had all these close games, but my gosh, we were a united bunch, and those friendships are still, Rob was the manager. I mean, we got our BBC ball somewhere here. But, you make the friendships out of it, and that's so important, and that's really what sports are all about. So we think we still got more show to go. June's going to incorporate the interview of Wes Gillman in. Wes, thanks for being my cohort tonight.
Yeah,
glad you're back.
It's been a while. I think it's been since the bowling show. I missed a few. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm back. And I thought maybe the crew would be here, but they were busy.
Well, that's legit.
Cool.
They're not being wimpy or nothing.
Nah.
Rob's working extension. Brandon's coaching.
Yeah, there's things going on.
I might try to call Brandon while I'm waiting for Wes.
There you go.
But anyway, thanks for sticking around.
I plan
Well,
on
miss
being
you.
in the next few shows, and
Take the football with you.
I'm gonna take it with me right out of here.
That thing. Well, we're going to thank everybody at Westlake, Coach's Corner Crew. We're going to be exciting. Going to be at Newcastle. This week.
Newcastle.
We'll be
We're
around.
coming.
We'll get you. He's going to be here.
I'm gonna get wild.
But be
Newcastle.
careful. Hey, can you get out the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Just walk it out. Actually, I'm going to take a little break. June will edit this back in, and we're not going to turn it off because we know it'll screw it up.
Go Wildcat.
Oh, look at this. We got a ball out here. I didn't make one shot. Wes, is that you?
This is me. I'm ready to go.
Oh,
My truck is.
awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Wes, you know that you're, as of now, on the Coach's Corner Crew for the very first time.
That's an honor, my friend.
We have had an unusual show tonight. I'll fill you in just real quick. Huffy and Travis couldn't make it. They had farming problems. Brandon Cowan is coaching that girls golf team, and Rob Cowan was working for the extension office. So me and Wes have put together a show. We even had Rob Jewell on a phone interview. So
So you talked about the Reds.
we did do it, and we talked about a lot of stuff. But I don't want to eat up your time because I know you got to get down to the youth league stuff. But hey, we thank you for being on the show. You're welcome to come on the show anytime. And I was hoping maybe to do one from the press box because there's internet in there. But this equipment of mine is a little quirky sometimes. So
Well, I'll do anytime. If I can make it work, I'll show up wherever you need me, guys. I'll try to do whatever you guys want.
we appreciate it. But Wes Lay had to hightail it out of here, but he wanted me to ask you a couple of questions. So before I ask you any questions, Wes, obviously new season starting this Friday night on the road at Newcastle. Your last scrimmage was the other night. I got to see some of that. What are this early part of the season? What are the things that you're working on, or excited, or that you need to see improvement on?
Well, I'm excited about the group we have back because we had a good junior class last year. They're a talented group. Historically, going through the youth and junior high, they've won a lot of football games. Now they were paired up with a really talented senior class too. There's probably about 6 of those kids that are just irreplaceable. But on the flip side of that, it doesn't mean that all these juniors are now a year older, so it's a heavy senior class. I was a little disappointed with our scrimmage against Connersville. I thought we came out flat. It's hard to say. This time of year is tough because the kids are done with scrimmaging. They're kind of sick of practicing every day, same monotonous thing. So I don't know. I firmly believe if Friday were a game, our kids kick it in and we have a comfortable win. I truly believe that, and I believe that will be the case in 2 weeks. And that's no disrespect to Connersville; they played hard. I just feel like our team is more talented.
Well, and Wes, maybe I'm forgetting, but the scrimmages, and I despised them when I was coaching soccer. I mean, I like to get out and play, but sometimes the setup of them, it seemed like the other night was stranger than sometimes the setup of it.
It was, and the refs, I feel like they didn't really know. There wasn't a clear plan. I think we ran a fourth. Connersville had a 4th and 3, and we ran that play 4 times in a row. And I looked at the official and I said, "Well, we're never going to have a 4th down 3 times in a row. Why aren't we?" He's like, "Well, we're finishing up their 15 plays, but and then sometimes if there was a turnover, sometimes they would blow the whistle. There was one time they didn't blow the whistle and let somebody run it back. It was just kind of you get discombobulated, and it's not really a game environment. I don't know. I wasn't happy with how we performed the first session. Now we kicked it in after that. Our second session, our varsity really, we had a little talk and we said, look, there's people watching. What you do right now is going to stick with people for the next week and the week after, and they got after it. But Newcastle, after the game, after that scrimmage was over, it was all about Newcastle. we watched film all weekend. We just had a really good practice tonight in the film room, and then we did some walkthroughs and conditioning. But Newcastle's a good team, man. I mean, they are fast. They're athletic. Last year, all of those kids were juniors. They're all a year older now. Just from film, and this is just me breaking down film, they're probably one of the best 3 teams we're going to play this year.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a challenge, man. It's one of those games where Coach Kelly put it perfectly during film. He said this is the type of game every play is going to be exciting because it's they're a big play offense. They might throw the ball 40 times.
Well, we were just talking about that, Wes. We were kind of going over some Newcastle memories of games, and I remember asked Wesley. I said there was one year where they just threw the ball like constantly, and it kind of sometimes seems like they like that style of play.
Yeah, they'll go 4. I don't think they ever go anything other than 4 wide, sometimes 5 wide. So it is, they want to throw the ball. The good news.
Are you there, Wes? Hold on, we got a little. Go ahead, Wes.
Yeah, and then, but they also have a good running back. So Thrine, number 5, he's a state wrestler. So it's not like they can't hand the ball off because they will. So it's kind of pick your poison. They'll do a lot of RPO. We're going to have to be able to stop both run and pass. But it's going to be a challenge, there's no doubt. The big thing for I'm kind of a long-winded question here or answer, but the big thing for our kids this year is player leadership. Last year's group prepared well. They knew when they had to play. They knew when to have fun. But they led, man. Like they led the locker room, they led the field, they led out of in school. They were leaders. This year's team needs to learn how to do that. If they can, we're gonna have a fun year.
Well, and you know what, Wes? And again, I always try to not have a coach have to talk about the past year so much, but I always do like to ask. And us as fans, we watched them for years since they've all been playing. That was a group of guys that played a lot of football together, that had grown physically, mentally. You had guys who were played hurt, like Dirk Easing, Quinn with all his injuries and battling back, Crudup, and they were all even buddies and SEALs. It's not just they were just teammates on the field. These guys are good friends off the field, and I think that showed a lot of that they stuck together a lot as a team last year. That group did.
100%, and they're good kids, man. I mean, there's 4 of them living together up at UC now as freshmen. So
that's great.
They're just a tight knit group. And that's really a team that lost some kids too along the way. There was some kids that quit, after youth football or during junior high, moved away, went to rival schools, whatever the case might be. That's a different world, Rob.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Completely different world that we live in. We live in a world where every parent thinks their kid's going to go to Georgia or whatever the case might be. I'm not going to get into that, but I've always said, hey, there's nothing better than playing, high school sports and especially high school football with the kids you grew up in and winning a sectional or a conference or a regional, even semi-state and beyond with the dudes you grew up with, and the community gets back behind that. There's nothing better than that. And that's what we're shooting for. We're trying to get back to that. Will we ever get back to the 90s? Probably not, but it's a different school. We're half the size than what we were back then. So
I tell you what.
We'll do the best we can, I'll tell you that.
Well, I know that, Wes, and we love and know you do a good job, you and all the coaches. But I tell you what, Danny Doral, he can keep the memories of the 90s alive and well up in that press box when he's yelling shades of 95 or whatever, Crudup to Gillman to Crudup and whatever. And we're hoping Danny gets back up in there. And
So I asked Danny, so I talk to Danny about every day. And he's obviously going through some health things, and love him to death, and he seems to be doing really well. But I asked him the other day, and I said, dude, because he comes and helps us coach now a little bit. So when he feels good, he'll come on defensive days, and he'll give his input. He's seen a lot of football. But I asked him the other day, I said, are you going to be able to do announcing? Because that's big time, man. That's a difference. That's a difference maker.
Oh, heck yeah, it is.
And he said, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Good.
So that was exciting.
Good, because you know what? I hope he does, because I haven't got to talk to him as much in person. We sent some messages back and forth or something, but we all want him on there, and he did a good show for us. If you ever get a chance, watch that episode. The night he came on here and talked about his career, it was a really good episode.
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, but anyway, Wes Lay, question from Wes Lay. I'm supposed to relay to you.
Right.
Wes knows his nuts and bolts way better than I do, and understands definitely that a core of a team a lot of times is on the offensive and defensive line. How are you at your positions and things? Is there anything that you think could be a strength, especially in the early part of the season?
That's a great question, and he's 100% correct. If you have an offensive line and a defensive line, really, but I'm going to focus on the offensive line right now, then you've got something. And we have 4 of our 5 starters back from last year. So we have center Owen Baker, who played mostly guard last year, but when Jack Deerkeesing went down, he played center. We have Nate Shalik, who's an all-conference offensive lineman, 2 years, I believe. And then we have Evan Flassbowler, who's a phenomenal offensive tackle. He's also a senior. Nate's a senior as well. Owen is a junior. On the other side is our only non-starter from last year, Bryce Lee, but Bryce is about 300 pounds, and he's more athletic than people realize.
Wow.
I mean, he's a good, athletic-looking kid, really, once he gets moving. And he's dropped. I think he came into the spring, early spring, February, March. He was about 330. He's down under 300, right at 300 pounds. And he's our right guard. And then our right tackle is Eli Hemrine, and he was a starter last year as well. So anytime you have 4 or 5 starters back on the O-line, that's a positive. So that's definitely exciting. We had lots of scrimmages this summer, and that's one of the things that people would say to me, other coaches, parents, et cetera, is, wow, man, your O-line really dominated. And, you couple that with having Mason Wee in the backfield, man, you wait till you see Mason run this year. Mason, he's on another level in terms of quickness, agility, speed, vision. And then Wyatt Bowling at quarterback, he's faster than Quinn. He's quicker than Quinn. Probably, he doesn't have the dual threat that Quinn had, but Wyatt can make some plays, man, and he throws a good enough ball that, we're going to get Carter Dozier involved, and Caden Burleyberg and Blake Stevenson. So the offense, I think, will be fine. Defensively, we're going to, we're working with some new linebackers, but they're going to get it. They're going to pick it up, and then we got some newcomers. My nephew Parker Gillman's going to play a key role. He runs hard, plays good linebacker. I love our DBs. So I mean, it's exciting. There's potential for a really good season, kind of like last year. But again, I'm going to repeat this. This group needs to learn to lead themselves. They need to own the locker room. They need to take accountability for everything that happens. And if they can do that, it's going to be a fun year. I
tell you, Wes, I think, and I've been out of coaching now for a while, and granted, I was proud that I got to be a varsity soccer coach for 3 or 4 years. And other than that, I coached a lot of small stuff. But I think, as you know better than anybody, it's super rewarding when you see a kid who, let's just say he's never had to lead before, but he does accept that role and surprises everybody by stepping forward and motivating the boys and motivating himself to play better, even what he thought he could, and doing everything that you and the coaching staff's trying to ask of him. It's a rewarding thing, isn't it?
It really is, and they surprise you, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they there's some kids that they walk in as freshmen, and you have a conversation with them, and sometimes I got to remind myself that they're 14 years old, and they're still kids. I have a difficult time looking at a 5'8", 125-pound kid, projecting what he's going to look like in 2 or 3 years, both mentally and physically. And they surprise you, man. A year makes a ton of difference. Nate Shalik's a case in point. There was a little immaturity in him when he was younger. He's grown up into a leader. He's one of our captains. Carter Dozier is going to lead by example. Mason Wee-Wee's a heck of a leader. Flassbowler,
is a heck of a leader. So we've got some kids that are capable of doing that and doing exactly what last year's group did. So it's fun, and definitely fun when a group comes together. That's for sure.
Well, hey, we're I know you're busy and you got to head down and dual duty working with the youth kids and all that good group.
I'm down here right now. They were rolling this weekend. We played EC Red, and we have first grade won, second grade had a touchdown last second play. They scored a touchdown, made it 19-18. They did not get the extra point. They lost. Third grade had a heck of a game. Fourth grade was close. Fifth grade beat the snot out of EC, and sixth grade should have won their game. So
wow.
Man, the youth is, these guys are nuts down there.
Well, I was around it some.
Football, man.
I was around it some years ago in the youth, and of course, living in Brookville, and the guys who are coaching are different kids who had played, and they take it serious. It's not all just get a trophy or get a medal around your neck. It's hard work, and they're going for it. And
they're serious, but what I find interesting is a lot of these guys that were on, teams of the 90s, late 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s now have kids like myself, and they're down here, and they remember how that felt to be, part of something special, and they instill that in their kids, and that's what it's all about, You talk about a culture, I don't have to do a whole lot. These guys are instilling it right here at the youth field.
Sure, and they're always motivated by playing on the field where George Gillman, star quarterback, down there at Codiano Field.
I never saw them. But,
Well, I tell you what, I'm proud to get to work with alumni at the old BHS and do some stuff. And people always laugh that I know the football players' numbers. And I'm like, folks, I was a nerdy kid. I looked at my brother and sister's yearbooks all the time. So I knew George Gillman was number 16 or something like that.
I've seen pictures, and he tells me all the time they used to bring bleachers down here on the baseball side.
Yes.
And they used to sit in the dirt basically.
Well, and I got to go to games there, Wes. I was still young enough or old enough to get to go. My brother was a manager on the football team, and then that's why we loved it. Those 2 years when you came with your Oldenburg team and played there, and it was just like memory lane for us guys who had actually got to see games down there. It was awesome, awesome environment. Yeah.
So my first recollection of high school football would have probably been mid to late 80s, but that wasn't down here. That would have been over at the current field.
Yes.
And I remember Mark McCool maybe would have been the quarterback.
4-year quarterback, my friend.
He used to get his head beat in.
You just said what I've talked about on a podcast, that Mark, I always tease Mark, I said, you've started quarterback for 4 years, only missed one game with a concussion, but you wrecked on a mini bike and lost your shoulder or dislocated shoulder and had a knee injury in basketball. I said, but you were one of the toughest football players. You couldn't get him off the field, for crying out loud.
So here I am, 7, 8-year-old me watching football. Mark McCool's out there just getting his head throttled. But I remember that. Those are memories that you have. You don't ever lose them.
Absolutely.
And you go, I want to be Mark McCool when I grow up.
Well,
that's where it starts. That's awesome.
You would have made him smile with that comment, but he would have said, Wes, you did a lot more than me, but he was a good one. But no, we're going to be rooting for you. You're welcome to come on this show and give feedback or input anytime. We're going to be doing a few more shows now that we're getting into the fall. Everybody's schedule's a little friendly. But Wes, we know you're busy. We're going to be rooting for you every night this year. Me and my boys will be there. We'll have Huff with the cowboy hat on. And we're going to be cheering for you and support you 100%. So,
hey, I'll come on anytime you guys want, anywhere. If I can make it happen, I'll do it. Love you guys, man.
Well, I appreciate it, and we sure do. Thank you. And be safe, you and the boys, and Gina and all the family. And we're going to be rooting for you, and good luck, and we'll talk to you later on.
All right, thanks. Tell the boys hi.
I will. Thanks,
All right,
Wes.
see you, buddy.
Bye. That was Wes Gillman, who gave an absolutely great interview. Wes Lay's still in the house. Wes, you needed to come back over here.
I picked stuff
Wes was still sitting out there. So June, you'll edit this as you can. But he did a great interview, didn't he? I'm sure that went through pretty good because he talked loud and stuff. Wes is back.
Well,
everybody.
I'm back. I thought I was leaving, but then Wes Gillman started talking.
You should have came back
that
in
was
here.
awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that was a great interview, and the way he puts things and the way he explains things just gets me excited to watch football.
It does. And you know what? Every coach, if you're not optimistic, you shouldn't be coaching.
Right.
Now, but again, you could tell in his voice, hey, that scrimmage, that was just kind of a practice. And that, again, not knocking anything with Coach Lynch or Connersville.
No.
They're out there playing, and they had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Like, they had the energy like it was a game night their night.
Yeah.
And they're getting that program. I think he's going to do a really good job up here.
Yeah.
And but Wes, we're excited. You got us pumped up to go to Newcastle on Friday night.
Okay.
And I'm going to be able to make that road trip. And Wes and Huff, and I'm sure Cowbell will be up there, and Brandon, and Dustin, and all. Travis will definitely be there.
Yeah,
Travis better be there.
Corner crew be in the house.
Yes. So
Wes Gillman just got me fired up.
it does. Great interview, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And again, thanks to this show is just always going to follow its own minute by minute. And we hope you like it. If you don't, it's okay. But follow us on YouTube, Spotify, join our subscriber list, and give us feedback, It's for everybody. And whether you're a sports fan or not, we'll try to get something in there for everybody. But this time we are going to sign off. We're going to let Wes out the door. I'm going to head on out.
I'm actually going to leave this time.
Yeah, and I am too. I'm going to shut it off and let June get to work on it. So again, from the office, the Corner Crew office at E.W. Brockman, we thank everybody for participating tonight. Wes, thank you for being here.
No problem.
Wes
Thank
Gillman, Rob Jewell, Jeff Sizemore, the other boys. We'll see you on the next one. We'll get organized. So watch us, listen to us, and we'll see you maybe in a couple weeks. We'll try to get going maybe every 2 weeks now on the Coach's Corner Crew podcast. Be safe, everybody. Be safe, players, athletes, and we will be rooting for you.
Go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats. Love the sports. Thanks, everybody.
See you.
June, I don't know if it's going to shut off or not, but I'm going to try to hit stop and start the processing. Oh, get whatever you need. Yeah, you want. Buy a camera. Like I said, June will just cut out what we don't use.
Okay.
Yeah. While we're waiting to make phone calls, we're picking up all these balls from the shots that I couldn't hit. Wes, I'm picking up the balls from the shots I could not hit.
I actually hit a few, but I didn't miss one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you got some.
We got a call, folks. Wes Gillman.
I'll let
You want to sit in?
I'll let-
Okay.